How the Zika children are surviving 3 years after the deadly virus outbreak. 3 years ago the Zika virus began its deadly spread across Brazil, causing thousands of babies to be caused with abnormalities. Today those youngsters are beginning to start school in a number of tragic and heartwarming individual stories. Some have defied the medics to be able to walk, while sadly many others have died or are struggling to reach the milestones that every parent takes for granted. The mother of Joaquim Santos knows her 18-month-old is lucky to be alive after being born with a small head caused by Zika. Every Tuesday he goes to a special needs classroom in a small city in Brazil to socialize with other toddlers. They play around him while he sits by himself in a corner. However, his mother Maria is grateful for every small social interaction after she feared a life in hospital. When Joaquim was born I thought he was going to be in a vegetative state forever. I thought my life was going to be in a hospital. The Zika virus emerged in Brazil's impoverished northeast in 2015 but spread rapidly in 2016, leading to thousands of babies being born with a birth defect called microcephaly. The virus is spread by a mosquito, and scientists determined that it could lead to congenital defects in fetus of mothers who were infected during pregnancy. Dr. Epitácio Rilim of the Getúlio Vargas Hospital in Recife, where many children with Zika-related birth defects are treated, said there are still myriad unknowns. How much they will learn or live, unfortunately, is a huge question mark, said Rilim, who during a recent afternoon spent hours injecting babies with Botox to ease muscle spasms. Beyond developmental delays, around 40% of the children with microcephaly treated at the hospital started showing new physical problems by the time they reached their first birthdays, including dislocated hips, which needed to be repaired surgically. I only know of 4 who are walking, said Rilim. In 2015 there were 960 confirmed cases, but the following year saw more than 260,000. In 2017 the situation was largely under control with just over 1,800 cases. So far this year, Brazil has seen about 2,200 cases of Zika and 20 cases of microcephaly and other developmental abnormalities. Best friends left permanently disfigured following botched cosmetic surgery. Basset Hound given new ID and put in witness protection after academic had sex with it. Donald Trump denies that he has been abusing Melania or that she has dumped him for doctors, researchers and therapists. The Brazilian toddlers born with microcephaly a few years ago represent by far the largest pool in the world for them to observe and learn from. Seeing the children in school helps provide a window into the challenges children with microcephaly may face as they grow, but the institutions receiving them are often ill-equipped to meet their needs. Vainide Campos, the principal where Joaquim attends school in Frei-Miglino, has struggled with a tight budget to fund a second special needs teacher. Joaquim has shown modest development. He can hold a pen and scribble on paper but as of yet is unable to speak. Ms. Campos said, "We have had more goodwill than training here. We were not ready, but we knew we needed to offer a chance." Schools and daycares at the Zika epicenter face similar issues, with teachers and principals learning as they go. Jose Wesley Campos will be 3 years old in September and attends school in the city of Benito, in the state of Pernambuco, 2 days a week. He and 3 other children with disabilities are in a room with 14 toddlers who were unaffected by the virus. His mother needs to stay with him at all times to help with his feeding tube. Dr. Liana Ventura, who runs the Altino Ventura Foundation in Recife, said more than 150 of the children with microcephaly getting treatment at the clinic are stable and healthy enough to be candidates for school. But we can see schools are not prepared. They need caretakers that families can trust and materials geared toward inclusion, said Ventura, whose family helped found the clinic opened in 2014. A unique case of a mother who nearly 3 years ago gave birth to one normally developing twin and the other with Zika-caused microcephaly shows just how stark the differences can be. The boy, Edson Jr., runs around with the exuberant energy while his sister, Melissa Vittoria, born with microcephaly, has sight problems and stiff muscles that limit her movements. It was a shock for me. I had no idea this was even possible to have one healthy twin and the other with microcephaly, said Mother Kashana Severina, who lives in a home with crumbling walls on the outskirts of Recife. While Severina wants to send Junior to school, she has no such plans for his sister, who can't even sit up. Everything she does is a victory with her. That's why I call her Melissa Vitória, victory in Portuguese, said Severina. Maybe one day she will win by going to school. An estimated 10% of children who were born with abnormalities caused by Zika have died, while, sadly, the future is uncertain for the thousands of others. More, Prince Charles looks just like Prince Harry in this previously unseen picture of him with a beard. More, thanks for saving my life. Two women who found their cancers after watching Victoria Derbyshire strip off on TV.